if you can make tiny changes, those things begin to take care of themselves. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is that you have a little chart. And it says putting it all together on the last page. This list of things shows you can pick one thing to focus on, and it will have a crossover effect on many different, on a multitude of these numbers, okay? If you begin exercising moderately, or my heavens, just do something, you will see a change in your blood glucose, your blood pressure, your body weight, and your cholesterol, okay? That alone, that one change can show an improvement in all those areas, okay? So what I'm getting at here is you don't have to do all these things at the same time in order to get all of your numbers moving in the right direction. Pick something, okay? And don't do it for anybody else but you, okay? You need to be, men, just ignore me for just a moment. Us women, and I'm speaking this because I am one, we are very giving, loving people, and we're nurturers, and we want to do for everybody else, and oftentimes we neglect ourselves, okay? Do you men do that too? And my ex-husband does not do that. No, I'm playing. But what I tell people is, men and women, you've got to get a little bit selfish. And I don't mean that in a hateful way. I don't mean get selfish and get hateful with all your friends and the people you work with and work for. I'm talking put yourself first. If you put yourself first in terms of how you're managing this vehicle that you carry around every day, and I'm sorry, you're going to have this vehicle until the day you die. So you want it to be something that's easily carried around, okay? Take what you have and make it the best that it can be, okay? You want to do something for you. Nobody else is going to if you don't. And I'll promise you this, if you'll take yourself and place yourself first in a loving way, you'll be able to care for all those people in a much better way, okay? You can do better for other people when you do good for you. Okay, if you don't treat yourself well, I've been like this. You can get hateful. You get tired. You don't want to do this or that. I've got to go do that now. This summer I thought if I have to drive my car one more place, I'm going to drive it through something. You get frustrated. Take a moment for yourself. If you don't, you can't care for other people in the way that you know you want to. Okay? You have to get a little bit selfish in a loving, nurturing, fabulous kind of way for you. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so y'all, I want you to go home and write down, or back to work or wherever. Write down what it is that you're going to do for you. What is it that's important to you, and what is the one baby step you're going to take? Can you do that? Okay, even if it's just getting a little sticky note, I'm going to have to start doing this. And just write the word me on it, okay? Me. It's about me. If you put you, it's all about you, it'll be all about everybody else because you're going to be so great that everything you do is fabulous, okay? Put you first. You put you first, then everybody else thinks that they're first too because you're in a good mood and you're feeling good, okay? Don't get cocky about it, all right? Questions? I ran over about 5 minutes, but yes.
What is the main thing you would do to reduce practice class?
Get rid of the sugar.
Very first.
Absolutely. Sugar is what causes this, and it's what causes triglycerides. Do what?
What about sugar and fruit?
If you're eating fruit from the vine,
Fresh fruit.
knock yourself out. Just make sure you're throwing veggies in there too. Okay, you can't eat unlimited quantities of fruit and expect that you're going to see a change. Fructose, which is the 100% of what's in fruit, is actually what hijacks the liver and causes all those problems. But here's the problem that most of us, when they've done the research that we see, is that what ends up happening is most all of the sugars, so whether it's table sugar, sucrose, or it's brown rice syrup, any of those sugars that they're putting into foods, high fructose corn syrup, please, whatever you do, if you see high fructose corn syrup on a label, and most manufacturers have gotten smart about this, put it back. Please don't buy anything that has high fructose corn syrup in it. I mean, that is deadly stuff, deadly, okay? But all sugar essentially is half glucose, the type that's in your blood once you eat it, and half fructose, okay? But what happens is that fructose, our bodies were not designed to metabolize and to use the amount of fructose that we typically eat, okay? Because we eat so many things that have added sugar in it. We drink all these drinks that are full of sugar, okay? Your body doesn't metabolize fructose the way that it does the glucose, okay? So the fructose is what's causing all of those problems. It causes your triglycerides to shoot up. It causes the fat to start being made and laid down, okay? So what you don't want to do is, well, and here's my point. If you can cut down on some of the added sugar, okay, and you're still eating your fruit, that's fine. We just don't want the massive combinations of the two. I'd rather you get a moderate, decent, 3 or so servings of fruit a day versus some fruit and a bunch of other added sugar, okay? Fiber is always fabulous and magnificent because it slows down how quickly your body can break the foods down and digest them, okay? And so what that means is that it doesn't enter the bloodstream as quickly, okay? So example, if you ate Skittles, that's just pure sugar. Or if you drink a Coke, regular Coke, pure sugar, when you drink it, the digestion and the absorption starts in the mouth, okay? So it's hitting the bloodstream just like that. You have a massive spike in blood sugar and then a massive drop because you had a ton of insulin hit the bloodstream when you drank that, okay? So if you now take something that's got fiber in it, it's something that's more massive and complex in the terms of the structure of that food. Your body takes longer to break it down, okay? Same thing, hopefully you're only going to choose foods that have fiber, and then you couple that with a protein and a fat or one or the other, you slow down how quickly it hits the bloodstream even more. That's the goal. If you can moderate the insulin response and reduce the amount of insulin that your body is needing in the blood, you're not storing as much, okay? So it'll take care of itself. So if you cut down on the sugar, you're going to affect a whole lot of fabulousness, okay, in terms of the way that your body responds. Did y'all like that? I see some kids. I mean, you will. I mean, your insulin level will be moderated, and you're just not going to store as much, okay? Any more questions?
What does it mean by 25 to 35 grams of fiber daily? What does that mean by measurements?
Okay, that means when you look at a food label, underneath the total carbohydrate, it'll list how much fiber is in that food. Over the course of the day, you need to accumulate up to 25 grams. Don't do it in one meal. Okay, that doesn't make any sense at all because we want to moderate the insulin response all day. So you don't want to throw all that fiber in one meal. And again, you're going to eat carbohydrates throughout the day, right? All of those carbohydrates, if they don't have fiber in them, I'm not putting it in my body. Okay, you want to spread it throughout the course of the day. You're going to have better management of your blood sugar. As a non-diabetic, we still need to manage our blood sugar, okay? You're going to manage your blood sugar much better by spreading that fiber through the day, okay? So that's what that means. And again, I'm not a counter. I don't want people counting calories. Look on your little sheet at what your plate should look like, the balanced plate. That shows you graphically half your plate should be veggies. Now I know, I realize breakfast is not on here. That's a whole, I didn't even put on here. It's a whole different ball of wax. Those veggies are, you put a fruit at breakfast instead of veggie. But half your plate is non-starchy vegetables. The other half of your plate, protein and your starch, okay? The carbohydrate. Who eats pasta? Does this plate look like you could put a big old plate of pasta on it?
Yeah, but
No. When you eat pasta, it goes in that little bottom corner. Right there.
so avocados is healthy.
It's a healthy fat. Now that doesn't mean just go cut up a bunch of, 5 avocados and eat them all up. Fat is really high in calories.
On the new Subway sandwich.
Yeah, put it on there.
So you can actually have that.
Absolutely. It's a heart-healthy fat. That's a beautiful thing for your body. Leave the mayo off,
I don't get my nails.
okay, or any kind of salad dressing, any other stuff. Use the avocado as the spread, okay, for the moisture part of the sandwich. Yeah. Any other questions? Write down some specific things that you would like instruction on or lunch and learns on. I mean, I'm happy to do that. All right?